everyone. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Freedom Tech Friday, a live and interactive show taking place every Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern and 2 p.m. UK time across the Ungovernable feeds. Each week, we dig into the latest in freedom tech, including Bitcoin, Monero, encrypted messengers, and privacy tools, and of course, everything in between. Essentially, if there is a news item, tool, or topic that can help you take back some control in today's digital panopticon, then we want to talk about it. Max, you're not on mute. This show and the topics we cover are powered by Freedom.Tech, a daily news desk that uses AI to monitor over 500 sources so that we can continue to bring you the signal every single week. My name's Q&A, and I'm head of customer experience at Foundation. And as always, I am joined by Max, the head honcho of the Ungovernable.Network, and Seth, who is COO at Cake Wallet. Freedom Tech Friday is live and interactive, so please do help steer the conversation by commenting live, asking your questions, boosting the show, or sharing it with your friends and family. Top support for the last show with our good friend Orange Surf, covering the cold card exploit again for the second week in a row, comes from LL Fawn at fountain.fm, and they stream 2,900 sats. Thank you for your support. I feel like I need to take a deep breath after the last fortnight. Max, Seth, how are you doing, guys?
We're doing. I think Clem captured it in the chat where he said that he hopes we finally got up on sleep, which I don't know about y'all, but I haven't. But maybe it's calming down for y'all.
Well, I haven't got up on sleep, but that's not for work for this time around. I've been up since 3 a.m. because I was on airport duties for the in-laws this morning. So I'm running
nice.
I'm running on caffeine.
Nice.
Very good. Similar story here. Non-tech related as usual, but very little sleep. I do have a question about the beginning of the intro cue. I've been wondering for weeks, like as we start, it always goes very robotic for the first 5 to 10 seconds. Is that something that we have a problem with, this restream stuff, or is it literally you booting up and there's some sort of robot issue there? Because I'd like to dial that down. Every single pod starts with hello and welcome to Freedom Tech Friday.
Well, I can tell you honestly, it's not intentional from my side. I'm curious if the listeners actually hear that as well, because that's the first bit of feedback I've had on that. So yeah, get in the comments, guys. Let me know if you do hear me going robotic. I mean, it would be on brand, and I am, as I say, very sleep deprived. So it could be, but it's not intentional.
The robot isn't just a pseudonym. It's really who he is. He's becoming the pseudonym bit by bit.
Bit by bit. Nice. BTC Wrestle said it. I thought the robotic noise was his connection. So apparently not. Apparently it's my voice. So yes, I will. I'll somehow work on that. Yeah. Bit more of a relaxed show this week. We're gonna just kind of we have got something to show you guys, which I'm very excited about. But other than that, we're just gonna relax, shoot the shit, chat, and just kind of wind down after, certainly speaking for Seth and myself, the last 2 weeks, literally the busiest 2 weeks in my history at Foundation. I've been there almost 5 years next month, which I can't believe. And yes, last couple of weeks have just been absolute chaos, a good type of chaos from a business perspective, because we can't make them fast enough essentially. But obviously, I'm saddened that it took the event that it did with Cold Card for that to happen, and we're still kind of feeling the ripples of that. And thank you to I think by now most of the vulnerable people have either made it to safety or have hit the realization that their funds may be lost forever. And we've also had a couple more. One more kind of tangential issue with Trezor this week. Did you guys see the Well, I say with Trezor, I want to be very clear here. Trezor did not have a data breach. It was a shipping partner of Trezor. So Trezor's customers' information, I believe to the tune of about 11,000 customers, was leaked, which is obviously terrible news and not great whatsoever. But if you take a step back here, Trezor aren't strictly speaking at fault here. It wasn't a compromise on their services. But the reason I bring it up is not to poke fun at, obviously a competitor to mine and to Foundation, because I think the Trezor guys do great work. But as a reminder, if you value your privacy and ultimately your safety, you should be using whatever private option you can to buy any type of Bitcoin related hardware, especially a hardware wallet, because people know what they're for. They used to store Bitcoin on crypto, and it can put a very big target on your back. So don't know whether you guys saw that, and maybe you can branch off and just talk about like some best practices and what options people have, because it might not be obvious to some people listening.
I've got one. It's a really simple one. It's take the opportunity to go to a conference, ideally one where you guys are, and go and pay in person. Like, that's what I've always practiced and always suggested with people, is if there's a desk where you can go at the conference and you can pay with Lightning ideally, and you go and get your hardware wallet and you don't give any information, you're in a much, much better situation, because obviously Trezor don't want to leak this stuff. There's been a fuck up, and the same with Ledger, and like it can happen. And when it does happen, especially when it's home address, if someone's genuinely given a home address, you can change your phone number, you can change an email. You know, moving home is a pretty big lift, and it's a real life threat, where it's not just loss of coins, it's potentially loss of life or loss of loved ones. And so it's something that should be taken extremely seriously. And it's one of the major downsides to hardware wallets in general. If I was to point to one problem, like one main problem with it, it's like people being attacked in the physical world. So yeah, just tread very carefully, and maybe try and go to a conference or somewhere you can buy in person with cash or crypto.
Yeah, two more quick things as well. One that I thought was interesting, which is just an important thing for people to know who may have been affected, is from what I saw of the emails, the full address was not released, was not leaked.
Oh, okay.
But the city that it was delivered to was, along with name, email, other stuff. So still bad for sure. Because
nowhere near as bad, though. I thought it was all of it.
Yeah, thankfully not. So I think that is an important caveat to raise. I think the only other two things that people could do as well, with what you mentioned, Max, which that is definitely the best option if you have some sort of a conference or meetup that's near you where you can buy one directly. The other options, and I know BitKey does this. I'm curious if y'all have anything similar. Q, I don't remember anything from when I was there, but you can have like BitKeys delivered to a FedEx delivery location directly. It's one of their checkout options. So you don't actually get it sent to your house, and you can go pick it up, which is better. I don't know if you have anything around that, Q, and then I have one more thing to add after that.
Yeah, we ship to US postal boxes if you choose via USPS already, and we have a call with a company who's gonna basically help us set up that FedEx exact thing that you just mentioned. Our head of logistics is having that call next week, so hopefully, all being well, we'll be able to make that work in the next couple of weeks.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I mean, the only other caveat, and not to show my own horn, if that's a phrase, but Cupcake is a good fit for this, like that sort of thing. Samurai Sentinel is a similar approach where you can use an old phone to get most of what you get from a hardware wallet. It's obviously not exactly the same, and we've talked about that a little bit in depth in previous episodes, but that is one of the advantages of something like that, is if you don't need the specifics that a hardware wallet is providing you, or if you're in a jurisdiction where a hardware wallet coming to your house is a bad life choice. That's a good fallback at the same time. But for a lot of power users, that's more an interim solution or an alternative. And getting something like Passport Prime is the full fat version that gives you a lot more functionality right now. But just another alternative and option that's available right now.
Unrelated, do you guys actually see anything on Twitter? I've just got black screen when I try and join. Maybe someone in the chat can let us know as well.
No,
you can.
It's fine.
I can see Bon in the comments and Seth commenting and Fandango, so I'm guessing it's up.
Yeah, when I go on my phone, try and look at it, I just get a black screen with whatever login I use. Okay, as long as it's not happening to anyone else, it's just me.
Just a quick point of clarification before we move on. I've just pulled up the Trezor blog. I'm quoting verbatim here. The incident affects 11,742 customers with full exposure containing name, email, phone number, and shipping address, and a further 1,947 customers with partial exposure, name, city, and email. So it is both, and unfortunately,
so it depends.
a large the larger number is the worst part of it, if you know what I mean.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, the only email that I had seen someone share was one that just said the city. So okay, that's a good call out that it depends on you specifically. I think you should have received an email. Like for those who are affected, theoretically, you've received an email that tells you which of those is yours. But worth checking from, and not trusting any links in an email, even if they look official. Please, dear God.
And please think about having some different type of hardware in your bedside drawer, just in case.
If it's legal to do so where you live.
Caveat.
Yes, yeah. All right, let's get into the kind of the main part of the show. A little bit different this week. We're not talking about somebody else's project. We are putting one of our own on the table again, which is nice, show and tell style. We have built a new website. It's already live and it lives at a new home at the URL Ungovernable.Network, which I'm going to bring up very shortly. In fact, it's been live for about 2 weeks now. We were supposed to do this showcase 2 Freedom Tech Fridays ago, but unfortunately, somebody decided to blow up the entire self-custody industry instead. And we figured that was probably a more pertinent thing to talk about for the past fortnight. Yeah. So I'm going to walk you guys through the new website in a minute. I'm sure you all are already kind of getting ahead of me and loading it on your phones. But I will bring it up on screen in a minute and show you what we're proud of. But before we do, Max, let's just dive in as to like why we got a new website, what was wrong with the old one, how did we get to where we are before I kind of just dive in with a bit of show and tell.
Yeah, well, I guess to start with, the show's gone through lots of different iterations. You know, it started as bit by bit, and then Ungovernable Misfits, and from very early on, we've been iterating the websites as they go. And I want to give a huge thank you to Mr. Crown, who has gone through, I think, 3 website builds, and he did 21ism for us before that as well. And just make some really, really beautiful designs and artwork and functionality, etc. So yeah, a huge thank you to him. And as we started to expand, do more shows, started to have writing, started to have clothing, all the different things that we're branching out on with the Mesh Dell, we just needed more functionality. So we wanted to have a place where people could interact with us, whether that's sharing what they've written, coming up with ideas, things they wanted to sell through the mesh networks. Perfect example is like Otis Bitmeyer with his coffee. He's part of our groups, and we want to make sure that people can buy his products. So we started putting a list of different things that we would love to have in a website. And Q started to get very, very good with Claude. And one day, I think it was just out of nowhere, you just said, hey, look what I've built, or look what I've put together. And it was incredible. Like it had so much of the functionality that we needed and want to grow. And that's all been unlocked thanks to AI. And we're going to go through some of the functionality shortly. But firstly, I mean, it looks awesome. It does a lot of the things that were previously having to be done manually. And we've got quite a big team at Ungovernable. Not everyone maybe knows that, but it's pretty large, and different people have different responsibilities, and it can get a lot to manage everything manually. So a lot of what this is about is automating some of the stuff. So we don't have shows not being uploaded. Links always work. That we have a way to do short clips and funnel the content out, etc. So a lot of it is that. But yeah, like I say, a huge thank you to Mr. Crown for the previous websites. We would not be here without him. And I want to say, anyone who's listening to this, definitely go to renarchy.com, RENARCHY.com. That's his new website, and he's got all his designs that you can use on there. Just give him a tip and a thank you. And I believe you can just use them any way you want, but very talented designer and definitely worth checking out.
Yeah, co-sign that. Super talented guy. All right, well, here it is, guys. The new Ungovernable.Network website. So to be clear, have we dropped the Misfits officially, Max?
We've dropped the Misfits. It doesn't mean that we aren't a group of misfits, but the message is ungovernable, and the .network is because it is an ungovernable network. Again, like newer listeners might not know, but this spreads out to a Meshtadel, which is a huge group of people who have coalesced around this ungovernable idea, and that, you know, is farming, it's networking, it's Bitcoin, it's other privacy related things, it's parenting, it's a very broad network with people with very different skill sets, but with the main goal and ethos is to remain ungovernable, to have freedom. And so that's a network that's spun off, as is the Pleb Miner Mafia. That's spun off, and all of this has sort of come out of ungovernable as an idea. So ungovernable.network, which we hope to continue growing, and yeah, like I say, still misfits, but we want to go a little bit broader with the shows and bring people in who just don't want to be controlled, basically.
Yeah. Also, well, because the .com was very fucking expensive and not available. But
yeah, it was actually extremely expensive.
No, I think .net was great actually, because like you say, like the three of us, and John and Jordan are obviously kind of like the public face of it. However, it's much more than that. Like, it's everybody in the comments, it's the people boosting. Like, it is a network of people. It's the people that John's just spent time with down at Lake Satoshi, and like the forks of the web of the network are quite literally global. It's all over Telegram, and you know, we want to continue growing that. So it is very apt, and it was at a reasonable price as well.
Most importantly.
Yeah, as I go through this, I really don't want to take too much credit for it, because like I say, I am a heavy AI user, and that was the unlock here to kind of do all this and the automations that are in the background. So I guess I'll just kind of whiz through and kind of just showcasing features, and stop me if you want me to take my time a little bit more, or to kind of stop on a certain feature. I'm just going to zoom in a bit.
Before you do, mate, don't brush it off too much. Like, this is, I'm very, very, very happy that you've done this. And like, a lot of the things that me and John and like everyone have just been saying for, I mean, years now, like, oh, it'd be fucking amazing to have this. Oh, it'd be good if we could expand this way. Oh, it'd be amazing if this just updated by itself. Oh, it'd be good to do clips. Like, it was really important stuff that none of us had the capability to do. And you just stepped up and did it without even being asked. So I just want to say a big thank you for that, and just like generally being there for all the tech stuff that would have just been completely fucked without you and your mate Claude.
My pleasure, and Claude's pleasure as well. So yeah, homepage, very on brand. We like the yellow streaks. One thing I'm particularly fond of on the homepage is, obviously we default to dark mode because we're not psychopaths. But we do like to cater to psychopaths as well. So we do have a light mode, right? And obviously you can toggle it in the header here, but just have a look at what happens to the cityscape when you switch to light mode. Oh, all the lights go out. Isn't that nice? And it's daytime now.
That's lovely.
I know it's just this simple thing, but like, oh, it's nighttime, the lights have come back on. I was very happy with that when I was able to make that work. So on the homepage, you'll obviously see a list of all the shows across the Ungovernable network. If you scroll down a bit, you will see the latest episode from whichever show that is. Currently, that is the Bitcoin Brief that Max and I recorded on Monday. You can do all of the usual stuff that you would expect to on a podcast website. You can, Seth, did I just see your message? X is blocking the link. Great.
Yeah, I can't post it in the chat.
Well,
I have to like
X
neuter
is also
it.
stopping anyone from seeing anything. So
I'm not. This is being recorded as well, so you'll be able to watch it back on YouTube and Fountain and stuff.
Yeah, those fuckers.
Or in fact, you'll be able to watch it live on the show, live on the new website. And I'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
There you go. That's maybe we did that on purpose. So you see the latest show. If you keep scrolling down, you'll see a nice grid of all of Max's beautiful artwork to see all of the most recent shows in chronological order. And of course, we've got filters if you want to go and look at a specific type of show. If you're only interested in the briefs or the Monero monthlies or whatever, you can filter that. If you click into any of the shows, you can listen live on the website. If you work from home or you work on a computer, you can have this open in a tab listening to us. You don't need to open Fountain on your phone or anything like that. We've got all the awesome chapters that Jordan does. We've got a boost box where you can not only see the boosts. This is new to you, Max. I only added this morning. Where you can see the boost for each specific show, and of course boost directly from here as well. If you're not listening in a value for value app on your phone or something like that, you can see all of the splits here. Max, me, Bill and Kione, and the Ashigaru Fund and this is specifically for the Bitcoin brief, obviously. We've got links to the RSS feeds. You can leave comments, your boostergrams, and get involved with the show. And then see all of the beautiful show notes that Mike Clanker spends a lot of time getting ready for you guys. So you can see all the notes, click all the links that any of the hosts are talking about, and just generally stay up to speed with everything that we're talking about on all of the shows. And as you can see, look all these release notes. God, I'd like to say
I can't do XMR chat on the site.
Hold that thought. Hold that thought. You're stealing my thunder here, Seth.
Oh, sorry. Never mind. Forget I said anything.
Just hold that
I'm muted, right? I'm muted. Yeah.
So so if we go back to the homepage and we just click on listen at the top, you'll then see all of the different filters for the show. So like I say, if you're only interested in Monero Monthly, wait, we haven't had a Monero Monthly since March. I'm going to call you guys out now.
Listen.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
We said ish.
Look at the top left, Monero Monthly-ish. And do you know when the next one's being recorded?
Today,
immediately after this. So we're there. We're ish.
Okay, all right, I'll let you off then. And as I was mentioning earlier, if you click on the Freedom Tech Friday filter and then we click on any one of the shows, not only can you listen, you can watch. So if Twitter is being a little bitch and not showing the stream like it is today, you can come back, find the latest Freedom Tech Friday, click on play, and then you can watch all of the latest and greatest, see all the comments, the whole shebang. Just beautiful. We see all the
Out of
boosts.
curiosity, where's it streaming from? Is it raw video you're streaming? Is it YouTube?
It's streaming from the RSS. It's from the RSS because you can have video in part of the RSS and the podcasting 2.0 standard now.
Whoa, nice. I'm falling behind the times. That's bad.
This is the tech stuff where Q and his Clanker have really stepped up. It's like these touches where we would have done a link and the link would break or someone would get blocked or whatever. Like the amount of effort that's gone into making all of this on standards and that anyone can access and anyone can get the full picture of what we're doing, because otherwise we do all this work and we create, I think, some pretty cool stuff, and then it doesn't get reached by everyone. And this is a way to make that happen and also spread our web further. So yeah, it's very well thought out.
I will also say, like, Q being Q doesn't give himself any credit for this. Like, making a generic, reasonably good, limited usefulness website with Claude, stupid easy. Like, you can one shot it in a single prompt. Making something that actually looks on brand, that has all of this customized functionality, that doesn't have all the tells of a typical like AI generated, I use Claude to make this website, is not easy. It is not easy. Yes, you're not writing the code queue, but like, you got to give yourself credit for working through it with this and implementing all the detailed stuff behind the scenes, but also just making it like beautiful and on brand for Ungovernable, which you have a very unique brand, which is one of my favorite parts. Didn't lose that in this.
Also, did you see? Thank you, by the way. Did you see the nice little Easter egg to show that we're currently live? 9 a.m. Eastern on a Friday.
Very nice.
All right, so that's all the shows. You can listen on the website. You can watch the video shows, come back, catch up, read the transcript, read the show notes, get all the links that we're talking about all in one spot. And doesn't it look so good with Max's artwork? I'm so happy with how it looks. Also, thank you for your suggestion. I can't demo it here, obviously, I'm on desktop. In fact, yes, I can. If I turn this into mobile, this was Max's idea. But you wanted like a little square. Oh, sorry. Hang on a minute, guys. Technical issues. If I go to mobile, look at that. Just looks like a little Instagram podcast. That was a great idea. That was, Max. I love that.
It does look nice. It does look nice because, yeah, I spend a disgusting amount of time, even though I use AI on the artwork every episode. So it is nice to see it there. And it's another part of, what we do here is art as well. So I think it's nice to have that shown. It separates us from a lot of whatever else is out there.
Absolutely. Next one is the read one. Doesn't get used quite so much anymore. There used to be a lot of blog posts and some awesome articles by some awesome people here. This is just a backlog that's been imported from the old website. Would love to see some more new stuff. I haven't run this by Max, but like if you want to write for the website, please do get in touch. If it's any good, we'd love to feature it.
You have run it by me, and we've actually put in a feature where people can submit their articles to us, which we're going to show shortly. It's in the website. So it's got so many features. So many features you can't even remember, mate. But yeah, people will be able to submit their work. And we've had like the writing from Charles Muriel and some of the bits John's put out, etc. Like there's genuinely really, it's not sloppy AI bullshit, and it's not the normal like pleb stuff about Bitcoin. It's like real, very well written stuff on there. So go and check it out.
Yep. The next one is buy. You can obviously get all of your Ungovernable merch. This is pretty cool actually. So we have no official kind of store. Like there's no like Shopify behind this. Everything is linked directly to the Ungovernable BTC Pay server. We just manage all of the stock levels and stuff on BTC Pay server, and it just talks via webhooks to keep everything up to date in terms of sizing and costing, live on the website as well, which again, I never would have figured out how to do that myself without Claude. So you've got all the good stuff, samurai stuff, pleb miner t-shirts and hats, links to buy Passport Prime with maybe a little discount if you click it, who knows. Pleb miner hoodies. Do you know what we should do here? We need to do a run of freedom.tech swag. Seth and I have got some one of two hats. We should do some of those. That would be pretty cool because it is a big, I know it's like tangential to what we do, but it powers everything that we do as well.
It does,
to get some hats or some t-shirts or something like that on the Ungovernable store, I think that would be pretty cool. So I
can get that sorted if you want.
That would be cool. And then what else have we got? Oh, the mesh economy. This is kind of at the ground floor at the moment. We're planning to kind of build this out a little bit more. But Max, maybe you can speak to this a little bit.
Yeah, so mesh economy, when I talked earlier about the mesh to Dell, some listeners won't be, well, actually a lot of listeners won't be in there, but we run Telegram and Signal groups of the mesh to Dell. And this is something that's spun off and grown into something pretty amazing where we've got so many different people with different skills, creating different things. And anyone who's in our mesh to Dell, who's invited into our mesh to Dell, who has products or services that they want to sell, obviously we're going to have to approve some of them because we can't have literally anything on there. But if you've got something of quality like Otis Bitmeyer Coffee on there, we don't take a cut. We don't want anything for it. We just want people to be able to spend their Bitcoin, their Monero, their Lightning tokens, whatever it is they have, to have quality products. And we want to support the people who are in our networks. So we don't, like I say, we don't take anything. It's not specifically going to be in our store because I don't want the responsibility for someone messaging me saying, oh, I ordered this and the shipping's gone wrong, or whatever it is. Like, you're dealing directly with the person, but we want to show quality products on there and link you to quality people. So we want to grow this out, and someone like Barn Miner with his jerky is a perfect example. Like, he should be on there. We'll get that sorted.
Yeah.
Anyone else who's making stuff, basically, or even services. So get in contact if that's of use to you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to skip V for V for a second. We have an about page. Again, I'm not going to labor this one. Oh, some tech wrapping. I need to fix that. Tut. Yeah, this just talks about what we do, who we are. Again, I won't labor it. Fairly basic. Partners, as you would expect, all of the Ungovernable partners. So we've got Foundation, we've got Cake Wallet, of course, and we have Mine Inbox, so that you can get linked directly to all the Ungovernable partner websites and read a little bit about them. And if you are interested in sponsoring the show or any of the shows, do get in touch. And then finally, the V for V, value for value page. So this, I'm going to zoom in a bit here. Let me make it a bit bigger. This is, as you would expect, where you can come and support the show, ask your questions, post your comments, thank anybody for any value that they provided across any of the different shows. Again, this is all powered directly via our BTC Pay server. It's interlinked with the Value for Value network as well. And yes, Seth, you can tip in Monero or Lightning or Bitcoin.
Or Paynim support.
Or Paynim support as well. We have Paynim support as well. So if you want to come in here, this is a chronological feed that shows all of the different value.
Look at that from late stage hodl. Look at that.
What an absolute gangster.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, this is a chronological, basically it's a value for value wall. If you boost the show, it will show up here. There might be a couple of minutes delays because networks and lightning and things, but it will show up. Yeah, if you want to get involved and show your love or just troll us a little bit, feel free to do so via the value for value wall. It helps support the shows. It helps give, it's an opportunity for you guys to provide us with some feedback. And yeah, it's just look at this. That's just like, I sit here scrolling through this sometimes, just like looking at the value that people share and the comments that they bring through. And I know we read them out on all the individual shows, and we will obviously won't be stopping to do that. But I just think it's very, very cool to be able to amalgamate them all in one place, so that it's not fragmented across XMR chat, and it's not fragmented across Fountain, where sometimes it might show up, and then if you go to another Nostr app, it might not show up. And here, touch wood, if my Clank has built it properly, it should all show up. Yeah. If you want to go ahead and do any of these, if you boost from Fountain, of course it'll show up because it says there via Fountain. It pulls them all in from the relevant places. But if you don't want to use a separate app, you can, of course, if this is now going to be your Ungovernable hub where you come and interact with the network and listen to the shows or watch the shows, you can boost from here as well. It's all. This is where it all goes horribly wrong now, isn't it? But if I where's the boot? If I just go up, I'm gonna send $5. My name is Q, and I'm gonna say hello. You can tag a specific show as well.
You're testing it here, mate.
Yeah, there is a drop down that you can't see because of the way screen share works. But this drop down here, if I waggle my mouse, when you click that, you can tag a specific show, or you can just say general support, and then you can choose to donate via the BTC Pay linked methods, which is Lightning, it's on-chain Bitcoin, and it's Monero, or you can have a separate path for Bit47 Paynim, which will give you the QR code there.
Can I just save you some pain?
Go on.
All my Lightning nodes got closed on BTC Pay the other day, and on my list is to set them all up again. So if you send a Lightning donation, my guess is nothing's going to work, and you're going to look like a dick, but it's actually my fault.
Okay, so there you go. Look, this is it. Just brings up an invoice, and you can pay it. And as soon as you pay it, which obviously I'm not going to do now because Max has just told me it's not going to work, then it will show up in the list. So yeah, let's make a quick note to fix that ASAP. Max, let me know if you need any help.
Yeah, I just didn't, because it was this BTC Pay bug, and everyone was getting swept, and you guys literally, Foundation got done. Yep. So I was like, well, if they're getting done, I'm not fucking around with this. I'm just taking everything off for a minute and I'm going to sit and wait until this is sorted. And yeah, anyway, and now it's now, and now I need to fix it.
There you go. So yeah, challenge to the Monero bros out there. We're looking pretty empty on the wall here, so come and show you.
Hold on, no, because Ape did a really
to XMR chat, not to the boost wall.
So can we not get XMR chat? It just won't show on here because it's a different.
Yeah, it's a different thing. But if XMR chat do an export, then I can give it to Clanker and get it imported into here, so we've got a history by all means.
Okay, I know some of the XMR chat guys do listen to this, so if you are listening, that would be really cool. And another thank you. I did reach out to him yesterday, but a big thank you to Ape for your very generous donation. That was much appreciated.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why this value wall exists, because it was also fragmented, and I want them all to be together. And I don't want the Monero boosters, for lack of a better term, to be left out or forgotten about because it's off in a silo in XMR chat. Now it's all together. Mm-hmm. So if you're going to do it directly on here using the BTC Pay server. In fact, I just noticed something, Max, actually. Is this when you've been messing around in BTC Pay server? But if I come in to donate here, the Monero option is now not available. Have you turned that off?
Yeah. It died when that hack happened, and when I did the update, Monero node died, and I don't know why. I've tried to fix it, don't know what the hell's going on. I may need some help from Jordan on that one. So
got to point Claude at that bad boy. It's fantastic at stuff like that. Seriously.
Yeah. See, the thing is though, I pay for Claude with a credit card under my normal name, so I don't mix anything that's ungovernable with Claude. So
maybe
I have that problem.
Yeah, I guess maybe use like NanoGPT or Venice or something like that, so you can do it privately.
Yeah, Nano's what I tend to use for a lot of the stuff. So, okay, fine. Okay, I'm on that as well.
Awesome. So yeah, that's the whistle stop tour of the new website. Very happy with it. It's very much not a finished piece. If guys, when Twitter sorts itself out, or you watch this back, or you just have a poke around yourselves, if you find anything broken, there inevitably will be. It's a vibe coded website. Please let me know. Drop in my DMs. I'll be happy to fix it. If there's other features that you want there, if there is, I don't know, if you've got ideas for it, like I want it to be, I want the network to help us push it forward as well. One idea I did have is having a transcript library that people can come and come back and search through and stuff. Maybe an AI powered one. Who knows? Because I know for me, I kind of I'm asked questions occasionally, and I'll have the answer of, me and Max talked about that on this show, and I'll be like, fuck, where the hell do I go and find that? And if I could come and search a transcript, or even get a Clanker to search a transcript for me in one place, then that would be useful for me at least. But I'm sure the rest of the network would be able to get some value from that as well. So I
have an idea.
Go on.
Which we kind of have, and I don't know if we're showing this or not, but your admin panel that you've built has some really excellent functionality, but it's only available to people with the login. Yes. So making clips and things like that. We do have some ungovernables that are very kind and make clips and share all our shows and stuff like that. And so them having some of that functionality, if possible, at some point, would be really cool. Can we show what I'm talking about, or not really?
I'm reluctant to do it because it's been a while since I've been in there, and I'm just scared that I'm going to show something that I wouldn't want to be on a live stream. Yes.
Okay.
But what Max is talking about basically is another kind of AI funnel, powered funnel that we had for the show. So all of the clips that you see coming out of all of the shows that Max has been posting from the Ungovernable social accounts, they're all 90% automatic. Would that be fair to say, Max? So basically what we do, we've got a couple of clankers that listen to the shows, they get the transcripts, they look for exciting moments. They then clip those up into like 30 or 60 second kind of audio snippets, overlay it over some of the backgrounds that you've seen, which it uses the show art, which obviously Max puts a lot of time into, just so that we can kind of share, cool parts of the show and hopefully entice you guys to listen and to tune in and see what the hell it is we're talking about. And if you were to do all that manually on a 1-by-1 basis, like you could spend up to an hour doing one. Whereas when each show now hits the RSS feed and you guys see it in your whatever app that you listen to your podcast in, or if you come to Ungovernable.Network, it's all RSS powered. As soon as that happens, the clanker picks it up and it gets to work, and it does it all automatically. And then all that happens is that Max goes into the admin panel that he has just been mentioning, which unfortunately I can't share it yet because I'm again a bit scared. He just comes in, picks up the clips that are already clipped up, ready for him, writes a quick banger tweet or Noster note to go with it, and hits send. So it's been a big improvement in efficiency, I guess, for us, or for Max, to be able to like share viral bits of the shows or exciting bits of the shows, and to help spread the word. And if and when you guys do see those, like it's a huge help for us if you do give them a retweet or a share or a comment as well.
Yeah, it's a massive help because there's just so many hours in the day, and they're all things that I want to do, and otherwise I would do like 1 week I'd sit and make the clips and do the tweets and stuff, and I might sit there for a full day messing around, and now that's compressed into like an hour and a half to get the week's tweets out. And so it means that I can be more consistent with it, and if anyone else wants to clip these things up, that'd be awesome too.
Yeah, absolutely. We do actually post some of the clips on the website as well. You can see some examples if you just on the homepage. If you just scroll past the first
I forgot
6 episodes and scroll down, nice. We do actually post them on here as well. But obviously, the main place that people are going to see them is of course on socials. All right, yeah. So guys, just let us know what you think. Love to get your feedback and continue iterating on it. These types of things have never been easier with how powerful the clankers are getting these days. So it's not a done deal by any means, and I want to keep improving it. So we've got 15 minutes of the show left. I just want to touch on some recent news topics that have gone down outside of the main headline, which is obviously the cold cards exploit. I'm just going to bring the chat back up. There we go. And just cover off one that was actually unfolding while we were recording with Orange Surf last Friday, which is why you didn't hear a single peep out of me last week, was the BTC Pay server vulnerability. Seth, do you want to take us through what went wrong?
Yeah, I haven't deep dove yet into exactly what was broken, and I don't think they've published a lot of details on exactly what was broken. The TLDR of the vulnerability is that the macaroons, which is basically like the authentication method for LND when you're running it with BTC Pay, were vulnerable to remote attackers. So they couldn't get complete control of your BTC Pay instance. They couldn't touch your hot wallet balance, which was an initial part of the disclosure that they revoked once they were able to prove that it wasn't actually affected. But what they could do is they could get that macaroon file, which basically gave them complete control over an LND node that was running behind BTC Pay, which means they could do anything they want, including close channels and sweep funds to an address that they control. It's basically like having complete admin auth to LND. So the vulnerability only affected that specific piece. So if you weren't running LND, you didn't have a problem. Like for instance, we're using the Bolts plugin for Lightning at CakePay, and then we moved to a plugin I made since Bolt shut down. Both of which, the new one uses Spark under the hood. So those aren't affected, but if you were using LND, that's where the vulnerability came into play. And one thing I'll raise before we keep going on this one too is that there is a new version that they've intentionally withheld the source code for, which tells me something bad is out there as well, which you can update in the web UI or from the command line with the update-btcpay.sh command. And you're not going to see it on GitHub or anything, Q, so don't even bother. But if you actually pull it, they've published only Docker images for it. So you can update without it actually being live on GitHub or the source available, which is 2.4.3 RC4, but it'll just show as 2.4.3 in your server. But I just wanted to raise that because there's some other vulnerabilities right now. We don't know what they are yet, but they're urging everybody to update immediately.
Interesting. Okay, thanks. And just to give a bit more color to what I mentioned earlier, the reason that I was basically absent from last Friday's show is that we unfortunately at Foundation got hit with this. Obviously, the vulnerability was a Lightning node, so it's we managed the funds in such a way that it's not a life-changing amount of money, thankfully. But it doesn't make it any less annoying. But yeah, I was trying to deal with that, and as we were recording last Friday, the news was only just breaking, but I noticed the fallout first thing in the morning UK time, before any of the announcements, before I think even the BTC Pay server team knew what was going on. All I saw was that the funds had been drained from the Lightning node, and I spent the entire morning trying to figure out what the hell had gone wrong. I was like, thinking maybe my machine's been compromised or something like that. And obviously, it transpires that this is what's gone wrong, and that it wasn't anything that I'd done wrong or we'd done wrong at Foundation at all. The vulnerability was unfortunately in a piece of software that we use, BTC Pay server, yeah, I mean, I guess it just harked back again to be careful how you manage your Lightning funds, because they are a hot wallet at the end of the day. And question from BTC Wrestle. So no issue with LND itself, just BTC Pay server. Yeah, absolutely. If you're running like bare LND, or you have an umbrella with just LND on it, then there's no vulnerability here. Correct me if I'm wrong, Seth, but it was specifically how BTC Pay server stored the LND kind of macaroons, which are essentially God mode to the Lightning node, right? I can't hear you, Seth.
While Seth's offline, Clem Fandango is stating that we won't list his ungovernable butt plugs. That's not true. I just want to say that if you want to list them, you can. And if anyone's interested in those, just hit Clem up.
I've got a condition. I'll list it if we get a discount code.
Yeah, and it has to be a decent one, at least 25%, please.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, while Seth's fixing his connection or his mic, the next one I just quickly wanted to touch on was Passport Prime Key OS. Version 1.3.1 was released on Monday. The main add here was user added entropy, which has been a hot topic of conversation since the cold card exploit. People wanted to be able to do this on their Passport Prime, and what we've done is we've added the ability to basically for you to pick a random 11 or 23 words from the BIP39 seed word list. And then what happens during seed generation is that the final word, you can't just pick it yourself because it would produce an invalid seed with an invalid checksum. There needs to be some calculation done when you create that final word, basically. So the device will do that for you offline. So basically you give it 11 or 23 words and it will calculate that final word for you so that you can bring your own entropy in a way that's very kind of user-friendly and easy to use. You can actually do it pretty quickly, assuming that you've got a copy of the BIP39 seed word lists somehow that you can kind of draw those words from. So if you've got Passport Prime, make sure you update KeyOS version 1.3.1 and check that out. And yes, before I get any more comments, we are also adding dice rolls, so please don't ask me again.
Are you adding dice rolls? And if
we
so,
are
when?
Indeed. It's already built. Zach's been teasing videos so people can see what it might look like. It just needs to go through a bit of testing, and we'll get it out probably in 1.4.0. Don't ask me timescales. If I had to guess, maybe 4 weeks out.
Okay.
Next on the list, we've got a quick release. I say quick release, no release is quick, but we've got a release from Cake Wallet 6.4.1. Seth, anything worth diving into there? Is your mic working?
He's just gone. I think he's gone. He did say be right back in the chat. So
okay. Well, he did leave, and I've just let him back into the chat, but maybe he's not fully back. Okay. Yeah, anyway, so yeah, it looks like 641.
Check.
Here he is.
Yeah. Sorry, that was odd. We had a crazy storm last night, and there were multiple lightning strikes near us. So I think they're working on power. Just lost power a second ago for a split second. Yes, 6.4.1. I did at least hear that. Yeah, so nothing absolutely massive on the like Bitcoin to Monero side. Primarily, this is improvements around the Zcash hard fork migration stuff that we've been doing. This does redesign AnyPay, which is the thing where you can have like only Bitcoin and scan a USDT Ethereum address, and you can pay it by just doing a swap without all the headache that would normally go with like having a whole other wallet and swapping to the wallet and then paying from the wallet. So we've redesigned that, made it much better overall. So that's I think a killer feature for those who want to just keep Bitcoin or just keep Monero, but be able to pay anything. And then outside of that, it's really just bug fixes, minor improvements, and then making accessibility much better in the Cake app. Realized as I was doing some audits that we'd broken all the accessibility functionality in Cake with the new design. So again, with AI, I was able to get all of that fixed. So this is the first set of passes to make it better for people who need a screen reader, blind users, that sort of thing.
Very cool. While you're on the mic, finally, Radar is available on Android via the Play Store.
Yes, goodness gracious. 45 days later of back and forth with absolutely incompetent idiots. We did it. We did it. Google Play somehow made Apple's review process look seamless and fun, which is impressive because the App Store is so hideously bad normally. But yes, we are finally live on Google Play, rolling there, so you can get started using Radar if you haven't yet on Android via the Play Store. But obviously, we have also had it via GitHub, via Obtainium, not via F-Droid right now. We may add that later. But I think Obtainium's the best tool for the job anyways. And we figured out a way to add a really cool one-click button. So if you just go to radar.chat/install and you don't have the Play Store, you'll just tap Obtainium and it'll pre-populate all the details you need into Obtainium. So it's just a one-click add.
Very nice. Might have to steal that for Envoy. Before we move on from the Cake Empire, what's this thing that Vic's been teasing on his socials? Is it a new app, a new wallet app?
Oh, Arbiter, the thing he's been working on.
That's the one. Yeah.
It's more of a Vic project. It's not officially a Cake thing. We'll see long term if it ends up getting folded in. But he's long been really fascinated by Hyperliquid and the things you can do on there. Specifically, that you can do like perp swaps, like you can long and short things, but it's no KYC. It's in name decentralized. I wouldn't trust that. I wouldn't call it decentralized, but they call it decentralized. And it lets you do some more like financial product stuff without having to KYC, without having to have an account at all. You just have an Arbitrum wallet and you can do everything there. So he's been testing out, basically building that into a fork of Cake Wallet himself and letting you have your Arbitrum wallet and your Hyperliquid trading all in one app. No need to handle API keys, no need to sign up for Hyperliquid, none of that. It's cool. It works really well.
When you say trading, do you mean like just within the like crypto ecosystem, or are you talking about like buying shares of things like S&P or whatever? Like you can actually do normal financial products.
They also do stocks and stuff too. I mean, obviously all of it's tokenized, so it's not like you can trade it and then send it into your 401k or whatever. But unfortunately. But when I say trading, it's less of like the I want to swap Bitcoin for Monero and more of the I want to short Bitcoin or I want to long Monero or that sort of thing, amongst many other things. There's a lot of other functionality, but that's all I've really tested out so far with it. But it's really Vic trying his hand at vibe coding and walking through something that he's wanted for a long time.
Also, before we move on from the Cake Empire, I've seen you've got some really nice bricks on your desk and it looks like you're getting some more. Can you just talk to us a little bit about what is happening with AI? Because I was thinking the other day, it wasn't that many Freedom Tech Fridays ago where you were barely using AI and weren't that like it was probably 4 to 6 months or 4 months ago.
Probably 3 months-ish. Yeah.
And now you're like doing pen testing. You've got all this kit around you. You're like becoming, I wouldn't say obsessed, but like you're working on it hard.
Yeah, you can safely say obsessed now, I think. I mean, the TLDR, I know we definitely need to do a show on this. We can go more in depth.
Yes,
but the TLDR is that not only did models in general get good enough where I think they're useful, and I first started using just Claude and then ChatGPT a little bit, but open weight models, which we'll have to do a whole separate thing for sure, because like OpenWeight is now open source, and I think a lot of people get confused with that. But OpenWeight models, which basically means that you can run the model on your own hardware or tweak the model however you want, those have gotten to where they're basically on par with Claude, with ChatGPT. But because they're open weight, that means two things are enabled. One, you can use providers like Maple, who can run them behind full end-to-end encryption in a TEE. You can have a cryptographic guarantee that you have perfect end-to-end encryption for the prompts and the info you get back from it, which obviously is huge if you can use AI in a privacy-preserving way. So that is a huge win, and that's the one that will affect most people. But the more interesting to me, cutting edge, is because these things are open weight, you can actually run them yourself. So those two bricks that you mentioned are two NVIDIA DGX Sparks. It's basically like a GPU with 128 gigs of RAM, of VRAM and RAM. It's unified. And so they're specifically made for hosting AI models, and you can cluster them together. So right now we have a cluster of 2. I have 2 more in the mail. So we'll have a cluster of 4, and then goal is to work up to a cluster of probably 8 within the next few months as we continue to expand. But that means that we can do, specifically for Cake, all of the security tasks that we need with an entirely on-prem, perfectly privacy-preserving setup, where we're not having to trust a third party or use an API or pay API fees, but you're not really saving money right now with the way the hardware.
Yeah, because they're like $5,000 each, aren't they, or something like that?
Yeah, close to it, 4,500 each, and you really need 2 minimum to run something that you would enjoy using. But yeah, I mean, that's been the real shift, is that like not only did models in general get really good, but open weight models catching up and in some ways beating the Claudes, the ChatGPTs of the world, mean that this stuff actually being freedom tech becomes realistic, and not just like, it would be nice if this is freedom tech. It's like, this actually is freedom tech today, and hardware costs are going to come down. But even like one model that's supposed to launch later today is something that could run on a consumer GPU with a reasonable amount of VRAM. So we're getting to a place where this is becoming much more accessible.
Nice.
Yeah, looking forward to that show, because that's definitely a rabbit hole I want to throw myself headfirst down. But obviously want to do my research properly first, because it ain't cheap. And that show should be coming up. I want to fast track that one, if you're good with it, Seth, over the course of the next couple of weeks.
For sure.
It's especially strike while the iron's hot, while you're super excited about it. Just want to toot my robot horn just quickly and showcase something I've been vibe coding this week. I got full miniscript support working in Passport Core with Liana, which is a desktop-based miniscript wallet that's probably been one of the longest standing, if not the original one. And I also forked forked Liana, because it's open source, and added full QR code support, which they don't currently have as well. So nice. If you want to go and head to my Twitter and see it live in action on real hardware, go and check that out, end-to-end with QR codes, with transaction signing, all on testnet, of course, for now. And currently, Codex is working in the background as I speak these very words, working on polishing the Passport Prime version of it as well. Obviously, I am not an engineer. It will not be shipped before it's gone through rigorous engineer scrutiny at Foundation. I'm just trying to get us off the ground with the help of some very powerful AI models and show everybody what's possible, because if a robot like me can do it, then you guys can also do it as well, especially with things like Fable and even some of the open weight stuff. So hands dirty, guys, and SDK and side loading on Passport Prime is coming very, very soon. So not only can you test within the simulator, you can actually get it working on real hardware and just side load yourself. We don't even need to know about it. So that's all coming very, very soon. We are at time, but there has been some questions, just 2 questions come through. So we'll do a quick fire round. I will answer the first one. BTC Pleb asked at the top of the show, any thoughts on using Bitcoin Core as a wallet? Don't do it. It's terrible. It's a horrible user interface. There are much better options. Sparrow mainly on a desktop environment, if that's where you want to interact with your Bitcoin. Sparrow has far superior everything: user interface, compatibility with all of the good hardware wallets, better software features, and just an all-round nicer experience. It works on BIP39 seed words, which bizarrely Bitcoin Core doesn't. And yeah, I would never push anybody to use Bitcoin Core as a wallet. Yes, there is an argument that it's well-reviewed code, but so is Sparrow, I would argue at this point, especially after the course of the last couple of weeks. I'm sure there's been lots of people attacking that with open source models. Yeah, any pushback on that, guys? I just think it's a bad idea.
No, I don't have any pushback at all there.
All right, and then finally, quick fire. Somebody asked for Seth's thoughts on an Onero wallet, and I will find who asked that in a second. Oh, it's BC Wrestle.
It's interesting. It's meant to be like more hardcore Monero only, but supposed to be fast to use in a simple UI. So worth giving a shot to. I think they make some weird choices, like they only do Tor for the website and downloading the app. So you have to use Tor to be able to just get it, much less actually use the app, among some other weirdness. But glad that there's others in the space building and building differently from scratch, which is cool. But yeah, it's worth giving a try. Just like any other like lesser used wallet, be cautious with lots of funds. But it's supposed to be a good project. I know a couple people who have worked on it in the past.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Well, thank you everybody for joining us. Please do comment. Make sure you do the comments on the website. Make use of all the nice tools that we've built, and give us your thoughts and feedback. Let us help us improve it. Tell us how you like the shows. Watch the shows. Listen to the shows. Boost the shows. Just get involved and help us make that network even wider. I will wrap us up. We will be back the same time next week. I hope you all have a good weekend, and make sure that you all stay ungovernable.
Thank you for listening to Freedom Tech Friday. To everyone who boosted, asked questions, and participated in the show, we appreciate you all. Make sure to join us next week on Friday at 9 a.m. EST and 2 p.m. London. Thanks to Seth, Max, and Q for keeping it ungovernable. And thank you to Cake Wallet, Foundation, and my NIM box for keeping the Ungovernable Misfits going. Make sure to check out ungovernablemisfits.com to see Mr. Crown's incredible skills and artwork. Listen to the other shows in the feed to hear Kareem's world-class editing skills. Thanks to Expatriotic for keeping us up to date with Boost's XMR chats and sending in topics. John, great name and great guy, never change and never stop keeping us up to date with mining news or continuing to grow the mesh to Dell. Finally, a big thanks to the unsung hero, our Canadian overlord, Jordan, for trying to keep the ungovernable in check and for the endless work he puts in behind the scenes. We love you all. Stay ungovernable.